Let's build a perch pond. Part 2. What do we have today? Let's take a look. We have hornwort. And we have mosaic plant. Oh, poor little guys. Let's get you in the water. Hornwort is easy to plant. This is all you need to do. Okay, it's sinking. There we go. Now, the one thing with perch is that they have special needs of laying their eggs in ribbons and strings of eggs onto grasses and plants in the water. So what I'm going to do with some of this hornwort is actually plant it in the gravel so the fish will have some place to latch their eggs onto. If you have watched some of my other videos about mosaic plant, you'll know that it needs very shallow water to thrive successfully. Fortunately, the pond that I bought is more shallow than I would have liked, but it works out perfectly now. When you get your plants in the mail, they'll look a little ragged, but don't worry about that. They'll fluff up and look beautiful in no time. In previous seasons, I was allowing the mosaic plant to free float, and they didn't seem to do too well. And so I did some research and found that it's actually better to plant them. I use pea gravel and to plant them in shallow, very shallow water. And that's what I got right here. There we go. Let's get you in there. Just shoving the roots down under the gravel. Oh, that's good anchoring. Don't worry if it's a little bit submerged under the water, because within a few days it'll push its way back up. The other nice thing about mosaic plant, and a lot of other similar plants, I suppose, is that, what's that? The other nice thing about mosaic plant is that it will also give the perch some more greenery to latch their eggs onto. I used to grow anacharis in my ponds, which I absolutely love, but it does not do well in really hot climates. I did buy a little bit of anacharis, which is over there in my shade pond, and we'll talk about that in a different video. But for full sun in hot climates, hornwort does well. All right, I want to show you something else. Here we have this hornwort, which is fairly vertical. This hornwort, which I just put in, which is kind of floating around. I suppose that would work for spawning fish as well, but I just want to do it right. So the hornwort filters the pond water. And so any waste, dirt, whatever, will be filtered through. Now notice that this hornwort that I put in before is kind of brown looking. That doesn't mean it's dying. That means it has latched on the dirt and other waste products, or whatever you want to call it. Here at the Pond Plant Girl, I'm all about saving you money. I believe in cutting corners on costs at every turn. So you can spend an enormous amount, $20, $30 or more, on plastic pots for your lilies and your water lotus. Why do that when you can spend $3? This is the best quality one that I found. You can get them cheaper at the Dollar Tree, but they don't last long. But this is a good sturdy oil pan that I got on Walmart for $3. And that's what I use. And they look nice. Here, take a look. You wouldn't know these were oil pans, but they work great. They're just perfect size. And then once the lilies get full size and spread their leaves all over the pond, you won't really be able to see my oil pans. Ugh, this is a little pool that I had started last year. And those of you who know me know that I'm out of breath. Know that I had COVID and I was actually sick for a full year, just, recovering, getting back to health. But so my poor little pool down there, it suffered, but I'm going to put it in my perch pond because it's full of different kinds of grasses. So I got to be a manly woman, drag it over there because it's really heavy, full of rocks, and get it in the pond. Okay, let's try it. This heavy puppy here is going there. Ah, it's in there. And my boots are full of water. I hope I didn't squish any fish when I put this pot in. That would be horrible. I used my legs and all my might, but I got it in there. It was super heavy. All right, this is just the third day of my new perch pond. And look how nice it looks just by adding regular pond plants. We have lots of little tiny fairy moss, which the fish love to nibble on. And I'm glad because they seem to prefer that than the fish food. They're supposed to be carnivores. I think I got vegetarian fish. I've got horsetail rush. I've got dwarf umbrella palm. So you see how these all stand up straight? The fish will love that to latch their eggs onto. Also down in the water, but you can't see, I'll show you a picture. Here you go. Is variegated four-leaf water clover, and that will grow up as grass, and the fish will love that for spawning and laying their eggs as well. It'll just take a few days for the water clover to find the surface of the water. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like, a comment, and subscribe, because you're going to be watching the fish grow and the pond grow and get some helpful tips too. If there's anything you'd like to talk about, please leave me a comment. I'd be glad to help you out with anything that you need to know about water gardening. My next video will be about why algae is good for your pond. Algae is good for your pond. We want to kill it, don't we? You'll have to find out. This is Gail, your pond plant girl. Ma Shelly is what they call me, actually. Have a great day and keep on being you. I'll see you next time.